Welcome to RoosterTV, and today we're joined by one of the most durable players in the sample with over 100 consecutive games, Big Mitch Harvey. Mitch, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Subsy. Good to be here, mate.
Mate, you haven't missed a beat for probably 4 or 5 years now, as we read in the budget a few weeks ago, and we've just been able to collie you out of the car straight in here, mate. Just tell everyone here what you do for work and what you get up to during the day.
Yeah, thanks, mate. So for work, I work for a company called JobFit. So we're in a bit of a sort of, not many people know much about what we do, but we're in the healthcare industry. We deliver medicals, and people who get injured at work come and see our doctors and our nurses. So, and then we get them back into work. So, it's a pretty rewarding job. Like, we help people get their dream jobs. We help a lot of large organisations, fuel their businesses and fuel the economy. So, I'm in the operations side and manage our clinics nationally, which we've got 50 of. So, it's really exciting, and it's a good business to work for.
And you got one of the other boys that work with you, Big Lamb Hoy, bit of ruck chat going on at work, is there?
Yeah, we used to have Maxi Lower, who's an old ex-teammate, premiership player in the reserves a few years ago. He moved back to Sydney and brought in Big Liam from Sydney. He's been there the last couple of years and he's progressed in his career. He's leads our bookings team and does a really great job. They love Liam at work, and it's nice to have another sort of footy mate around. We chat a bit of footy and a bit of life, it's been really good since joining the business.
And this year, mate, it's obviously been a challenging one to date with 4 wins and 6 losses. But for yourself, you got to play in your first state game, which was well deserved. And just talk us through that little journey there.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It was an incredible experience, and one I'll remember forever. Really enjoyed it, and just mixing it with some of the best players in the league and some of the best coaches, and fortunately got a win, which was great fun, and had an enjoyable weekend. I guess on the form for the team, 4 and 6 is obviously not where we want to be, but I feel like there's a lot of footy to be played. We still sit equal 5th on the ladder, which is, if we can get our game going, we put ourselves in a position to play finals. Obviously the last month is not sort of the best footy that we've played, but we feel like the effort is there, and what we're delivering on the training track will start to deliver in games. I'm still really confident that we can get something out of this season and play some finals footy, but obviously we've got to turn around quickly.
And on the weekend's game, it was tough conditions down at Unley, a bit of a heavy deck, probably slowed the blokes down to your speed, mate. You looked quick a few times out there on the weekend, but just couldn't quite get the chocolates, but we probably played a better game over 4 quarters.
Yeah, look, it was definitely a big improvement from the week before. We were pretty disappointed after the Westies game about the effort and the way we played. Still a good team, and as you said, it was a pretty heavy deck. We went down with some injuries. Never want to use that as an excuse, but we felt like the effort and the statistics that we pride ourselves on went our way. Unfortunately, the scoreboard said otherwise, so we've got to address that, and there's probably a 15-20 minute period of footy in the third quarter that we need to fix. Overall we think it's an improvement, and footy's a week-to-week game, so we'll review it. We've got a week off now, and hopefully look to get a few boys like Maisie and Maury pushing for selection the week after. So as I said, a loss is a loss, but it's important that we review it, and I think we look at the positives and keep moving forward.
And we did have a few players to come back in, and it was also good to see Nigel Lockyer back on the park. Always good around goals, and it was good to see him back out there in the league.
It was, mate. And he had a fairly long layoff and a couple of weeks in the twos, but he looked like he was back into it. Also, Gillo Turner had his debut for the league team with North, and he's a great story. So I think Nigel will get better week by week. He's building his match fitness, and hopefully as the season goes on, we'll see more and more out of him.
And we'll get a quick plug to the captain. He had a specialist role on one of the best small forwards in the competition in young Hone, who is second on the goal king, I think, and I thought the captain did a good job down there all day.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I think he was our best player on the day, and just showed why he's the skipper. He just got the job done. Serge challenged him about getting Joshy Hone done, who's a very good player, and I thought he did a fantastic job to keep him pretty quiet, and found a bit of the footy himself. So yeah, I thought he was definitely our standout best player, and I think that's why we have him as captain, because he just gets that job done every week.
And moving forward this week, obviously you've got a bye, so we've got a rest week, and we head off to the gala dinner on Friday night, where over 300 people have booked in, which is going to be great. Are we going to see Mitch Harvey with any special appearances throughout the night on the dance floor or something, mate?
I'm looking forward to it, mate. I think it's about my 7th or 8th gala now, which is they're always good fun, and I'm hearing that there's record numbers, which is great to see people getting along. So it should be a bloody good night. In terms of special appearances, I don't know, but I think Frankie Sedekuli on the dance floor will pull something out a bit later on, so look forward to that.
And any nominations for best dressed from the players?
Yeah,
a few of them think they're pretty good.
There's a few blokes that think they're pretty sharp. I think Charlie Dinning will be far worse dressed. I think Aaron Young will try very hard, but not quite get it. I think Sammy Mays will pull out a pretty sharp look, so we'll see.
And then on to next week, when we come back to the playing field, we're up against Adelaide, who are a very good team and they're travelling nicely. And just your quick thoughts on that game. Yeah,
looking forward to it, mate. Back at Prospect. Adelaide obviously going really well. I think they're the best offensive team still in the league. They move the ball pretty slick. They've got some really good players, but we played them last time. I thought we played pretty well in tough conditions. Again, just a 15-20 minute period in the game, which cost us. But as I said, we're looking to improve every week. We've got some really specialist training that we'll focus on this week, get our defensive structures and our offensive structures right, but really confident we can turn the tables.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for your time, and I'm sure we'll catch a beer together on Friday night at the gala, and to all those attending, we'll have a beer with all of them too. So thanks everyone, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Thanks, guys.